Are we happy that didn't happen?
Believe it or not, MTV made radio better. You know, when MTV actually played music.
That's the music you'll find every week with Joe Cortez and the Retro Pop Reunion.
4 hours of your favorites from the 80s and 90s with interviews and news from the artists who made it.
Join Joe every Sunday morning from 8 until noon. The Retro Pop Reunion on 95.7 The Mix.
This is Courtney Gray of Hyundai of Valdosta. Now you can purchase almost any new Hyundai and take a vacation from car payments with 0 down, 0 payments for 3 months, and 0% financing. That's right, almost every new Hyundai with interest-free financing. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Hyundai of Valdosta, our lenders can get almost anything approved, and you don't need your title in hand to make a trade. We'll get you out of your current loan or lease, even if you have months left to still owe thousands. Every new Hyundai is backed by our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty, 3 years maintenance, and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty with Hyundai Assurance. Friends don't let friends drive junk. Come see me, Courtney the Great, and drive home in a new Hyundai with 0 down, 0 payments for 3 months, and 0% financing. Call 229-241-2880 or ValdostaHyundai.com. You're going to love Hyundai of Valdosta, I guarantee it.
Example 2023 Elantra, 0 down, 450 per month for 48 months at 0 APR. Plus tax, tag, and title. Balance on trade finance to new loan, subject to lender approval. Offers on combined, expires month end.
Have you visited Eddie Felder's Meat Market located on Highway 41 across from Dollar General yet? If not, you should stop by and check out their hand-cut steaks. Choose from ribeyes, T-bones, fillets, New York strips, and shish kebabs. If you're looking for something different, try one of their famous stuffed pork chops. Eddie Felder's always has fresh sausage, ground and link, and there's always special flavors to choose from. Eddie Felder's has everything you need for a fabulous cookout, and now you can grab a bottle of wine. The meat selection at Eddie Felder's is huge and always fresh. You can also grab a casserole, charcuterie items, and desserts. Eddie Felder's also serves breakfast. You can call in your order or stop by and grab some sausage biscuits, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits, and linked sausage checkout. Eddie Felder's Facebook page. Eddie Felder's Meat Market on Highway 41 North. Thank you, Valdosta, for voting Eddie Felder's Meat Market the best new business. Now open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Now serving homemade ice cream. For over 20 years, Strick Landscaping has served Valdosta and
to bring me down. Why do we that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up all that might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
Steve Waz here, and Fridays on the Flint returns Friday night, August 4th at Veterans Park Amphitheater. So come on out and enjoy food, music, and fun on the Flint. And grab more info at b100wobb.com.
You got a fast car, and I want to take it to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car, and I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far, just to cross the border and into the city. And you and I can both get jobs. Finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem. You live in the bottle, that's the way it is. Said his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. So mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's gotta take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. Fast car, is it fast enough so we can fly away? Still gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live or die this way. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast it felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. Be someone. You got a fast car, but we go cruising, entertain ourselves. Still ain't got a job, so I work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted, and we'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house, live in the suburbs. And your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car, now I got a job that pays all our bills. We stay out drinking late at the bar, see more of your friends than you do your kids. It's hope for better. Thought maybe together you and me find it. I got no plans, I ain't going nowhere. Take your fast car and keep on driving. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast it felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. Be someone. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? Still gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live or die this way.
Weekends in the country. Yeah, buddy. That's what I call living right. Albany's #1 for new country. B100.
I was out taking shots, throwing down at the spot. 3 sheets, just me and the guys. Every single Saturday night I was killing time, crushing cans, trying not to catch a tan, 'cause I was learning in neon lights. Every walking out of church now. Who'd have thought, baby, looking back, that would be my last single Saturday night. Yeah. My last single Saturday night.
I had this truck on 75 cruise control, 75 speed, and I could only manage with this weight, the weight that this truck is carrying, the horsepower. It can only go about between 50 and 62, 63, as you can see on the phone. If this truck have a light load, this is 45,500. If it had maybe like 30,000, it would go 75 on Florida highway. But this is what I'm trying to explain on to the company. It's not possible to drive this truck. The speed limit that's shown on GPS on when you pull up the address and say, okay, how many hours gonna take for you to get this thing delivered? It's not possible to calculate it without knowing the weight of the pickup, whatever the pickup weighs, and also the landscape. So this is a small incline, and as you can see, I can only go so much. This is relatively flat road, no mountains. But as you can see, it's not possible to drive this truck quick. Can't even go 65 with weight. With anything close to 40,000 pounds, it would be possible. And if there is any kind of hills or mountains, you're gonna see if you run into any of it, it's gonna be about the speed is gonna go down to 20 miles an hour or even worse. And that's what I thought I mention.
I've been so blind, but you opened my eyes. I was looking more single every single weekend, looking for a feeling to get my heart beat, looking for love all night long. The right kiss, right song, looking for a sunrise, leading to a sunset, looking for someone I could spend it with. Then it came around, right out of the blue, and it turns out, oh, I was looking for you. Yeah, I was looking for you. Couldn't have just been anyone. The way you smiled and said my name, girl, you were so original. I knew I'd never be the same. I was looking more single every single weekend, looking for a feeling.
Get ready and bet us the
You put like a leftover ingredient in the freezer.
I say mazel tov.
Your favorite country hits on 92.9 All American Country.
I got turned around in some little town I'd never been to before, working my way through a middle of June midnight thunderstorm. There was something in the headlights that stopped me on a dime. Well, she was scared to death, so I said, climb in, and then she climbed. Oh, yeah. Well, she was bruised and broke from head to toe with a tear in her blood.
shirt. She didn't tell the whole truth, but she didn't have to. I knew what had happened to her. I didn't load her down with questions. That girl had been through enough. I just stood in drive, looked in those eyes, and asked her where he was. I don't know if he's an angel, 'cause angels don't do what he did. He was hell-bent to find a man behind all the whiskey scars I hid. I never thought my day of justice would come from a judge under a seat, but I knew right then I'd never get hit again when he said to me, wait in the truck, just wait in the truck. Well, I knocked and knocked and no one came, so I kicked in his double wide door. I let the hammer drop before he got to that 12 he was reaching for. I didn't try to hide my pistol, I didn't even try to run. I just sat on the porch smoking one of his cigarettes and waited for the cops to come. I don't know if he's an angel, 'cause angels don't do what he did. He was hell-bent to find a man behind all the whiskey scars I hid. I never thought my day of justice would come from a judge under a seat, but I knew right then I'd never get hit again when he said to me, wait in the truck, just wait in the truck. Whoa, have mercy on me, Lord, have mercy on me, have mercy on me, Lord. It's been 60 months, and she still comes to see me from time to time. It was worth the price to see a brighter side of the girl I picked up that night. And I might be here forever. It ain't paradise, that's true, but it's a whole hell of a lot better than the place I sent him to. Yeah. Wait in the truck. Just wait in the truck. Wait in the truck. Just wait in the truck. Have mercy on me, Lord, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Wait in the truck. Just wait in the truck. Wait in the truck. Just wait in the truck.
All-American country.
A phrase that we've never heard before.
DJs with passion always get the best reaction.
Have your attention, please. Alternative facts.
Hey, whether you like the old or the new, we always have the best variety of music for you. 92.9 All-American Country.
Looks no good sitting on a shelf. Your hands in your pockets ain't no kind of help. A baby with no pain ain't got much to do, and I ain't no good without you. Can't sing a song that ain't got no words. See's just a seed till you drop it in the dirt. A church ain't a church without some people in the pews, and I ain't no good without you.
This morning, Klein.
like a dollar and the clock on the wall don't own me. Shine a light, like mama's front porch when I'm lost and lonely. Start forgiving and start forgetting. Be somebody that's worth remembering. Live a life so when I die, there's standing room only, standing room only. Standing room only, standing room only.
The Shotgun Show is on your radio.
Yes, they're twins and they're 16 today.
You know your insurance is about to go up like crazy, right?
My husband is panicking frequently.
Well, I got an answer for it. You look at them and say, if y'all get a ticket, think about it. Y'all were triplets.
That's right.
Kid tested, mother approved. Only on 99.5 Kicks Country.
Hey, South Georgia, North Florida, Ricky Stokes for Valdosta Toyota and the Summer Starts Here sales event. Truckloads of factory fresh Toyotas are being dropped off every day at a location on James Circle. We haven't seen this volume in new cars for nearly 3 years, and we want to get them in your driveway as soon as possible because we know you've been waiting patiently. Every new Toyota is priced to sell, and the trade-in market is still stronger than ever. And you'll save thousands on the new Toyota of your choice during this event. Financing options as low as 2.9% and no payments for 90 days. Trade out of your current vehicle and up to a new Toyota with all the latest features and benefits. Every new Toyota comes with 4 years of factory maintenance, lifetime powertrain warranty, and Toyota's connected services, and much more. If you haven't seen the new BZ4X, the fully electric Toyota, we have them in stock, and what a looker this EV is. Our service department is open until 7 Monday through Friday until 6 on Saturdays. Stay tuned for more information on how our service gets even faster. ValdostAToyota.com.
Research shows people ignore radio ads. While I want you to remember that Liberty Mutual customizes and saves you hundreds on home insurance, I know no one's listening, so I can say anything. I can even tell Jenny that I never stop thinking about us. Sometimes I almost call, but I only truly feel safe revealing this in the privacy of my nationally broadcast radio ad.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Ride, slide, and explore this summer at Wild Adventures. Enjoy new Oasis Outpost and cool off at Splash Island Water Park. Save on tickets at wildadventures.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Do you know Catco? Yes, Catco, C-A-T-K-O. They provide food service supplies, janitorial supplies, chemical supplies, laundry supplies, warehouse supplies, and, well, you get the picture. Catco Distributors have been locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Catco Distributors doing business deliveries within a 75-mile radius. And they're open to the public. 2301 West Savannah Avenue in Valdosta or online at catko.com. Now you know Catco.
Believe it or not, I haven't paid full price for summer must-haves in as long as I can remember. With the epic deals at Kohl's right now, you won't need to either. I saved on so many great finds, like cute tees for just $7.99 and outdoor furniture for 50% off. And the cherry on top was earning Kohl's cash on all of it. So take it from me, you need to get to Kohl's ASAP. Select styles. Offer ends July 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
For over 20 years, Strict Landscaping has served Valdosta and surrounding areas with outstanding commercial and residential landscape service. Strict specializes in landscape design and build, landscape lighting, and can create an outdoor entertainment area that you and your family will enjoy enjoy year-round. Strict Landscaping also takes care of those annoying and pesky weeds with weed control services for your lawn. Combined with your irrigation knowledge and service, you've got a beautiful green lawn and backyard oasis that will make the neighbors green with envy. When you want strictly the best, call Strict Landscaping, 229-253-0404.
99.5. New music you need to know. Let's go. Kicks Country.
This morning said we need to have a talk. Said she met some guy the other night, thinks he might be the one. I tried not to look happy as we were packing her things into her trunk. As she pulled out, I was smiling, thinking now she's drinking somebody else's whiskey or somebody else's tab, riding shotgun to some other SOB crew cab, talking somebody else's ear off. She ain't my problem no more. She's drinking somebody else's whiskey, so I'm just gonna sit here and pour me a tall one and raise it up high. Here's to a real damn good goodbye. Just got lucky, but I kinda feel sorry for him. Yeah, I wish him well and hope like hell that old boy's made of green. 'Cause his brand new honey and his drinking money sure ain't gonna be cheap. It's a night on me. She's drinking somebody else's whiskey or somebody else's tab, riding shotgun to some other poor SOB's crew cab, talking somebody else's ear off. She ain't my problem no more. She's drinking somebody else's whiskey, so I'm just gonna sit here and pour me a tall one and raise it up high. Here's to a real damn good goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. So here's to them, and here's to me, and here's to a night of peace and quiet, with twice as much to drink. She's drinking somebody else's whiskey or somebody else's tab, riding shotgun to some other poor SOB's crew cab, talking somebody else's ear off. She ain't my problem no more. Somebody else's whiskey, so I'm just gonna sit here and pour me a tall one and raise it up high. Here's to a real damn good goodbye. See ya. South Georgia's best country.
All weekend long.
All right. 99.5.
Yeah.
Kicks Country.
Firewood crackle in the fall air, red dirt playing on the radio, Big Dipper hanging high up there, breathe in the backwoods and let it go. I ain't never been to church going time, can't quote much past 3:16, even though it's a Friday night. Church found me sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, killing
Media Studios. And streaming live around the world, this is WKAA 99.5 Kicks Country. Willacoochee, Valdosta, a Black Crow Media station.
Me and the boys that I knew in school were 30 years old and stubborn as a bird news. We get home cleaned up on the side.
Valdosta's best country
I
music.
think it's all inclusive and it can speak to everybody.
99.5 Kicks Country.
You've been doing that 9 to 5 straight line walking, yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Since I've seen that, letting down your hair, double dog dare look in your eyes.
Oh, when you've been burning it at both ends, been in a hot minute since you flipped that switch.
Girl, it ain't nobody's fault to shut the world off and turn it back to when it was you, me, and whiskey all night long, sinking to the bottom of the country song. Till we take that black label bus too far, say them things that stay in the dark. Ain't nothing as sweet, ain't nothing as strong as you, me, and whiskey all night long. I see you still got that knock it back shot glass, girl, you ain't missed a beat. You already let a little 4-letter slip and your hands are all over me.
It's only 10:30. We know where it goes from here. I can't find this many in a red wine glass.
It's you, me, and whiskey all night long, sinking to the bottom of the country song. 5:30 hot till the last drop's gone. Turn it up till we take that black little bus too far. Spread them things that stay in the dark. Ain't nothing as sweet, ain't nothing as strong as you, me, and whiskey all night sinking to the bottom of them country songs, turning this house to a honky tonk. Let's turn it up till we take that black label bus too far. Say them things that stay in the dark. Ain't nothing as sweet, ain't nothing as strong as you, me, and whiskey all night long. Yeah. All night
New
music.
New Country. Kick Country.
Said the deferment of the gun possession from the years 2014 to 19. The defendants thought this was a universal immunity deal. Basically, you plead guilty to these counts,
And you couldn't bring any more charges.
and everything else that might have been criminal during that time period goes away. The government said, no, it's still an open proceeding, it's still an open investigation, so there could be other charges. Hunter Biden's lawyer said, well, that's not what we understand. And at that point, the judge intervenes and says, here's the problem from a due process standpoint. The defendant is about to waive their rights to a speedy trial, the right to confront witnesses, the right to a trial by jury, and we're not even having an agreement as to what this covers. So I'm not accepting this plea. Go back, work it out, file a brief, letting me know what's really agreed to here, and then we'll reevaluate. At the end of the day, I think the judge will end up accepting it, assuming they come to an agreement. But you talking about chaos, and then to top the chaos off, the night before you have this apparently bizarre attempt by one of the defense lawyers, apparently a female defense lawyer, calling the clerk of the court, acting as if she's the lawyer for the House who had filed an amicus brief to get that document off the docket sheet because they didn't like what was in it. And so this morning, everybody thought it was going to start with a sanctions hearing, but that's not what happened. The whole plea fell apart. Do I think it's over with? No, I don't. Do I think there's a two-tier system of justice? Yes, I do. Do I think this case ultimately will resolve on a plea? Yeah, I do.
You do, but now we're discovering more and more through Comer's committee, especially as it relates to the Biden family and monies that have changed hands. You know, it's taken a while to get the 1023 form, the suspicious activity reports. He talked at length about all these varying shell companies. In other words, an LLC will be formed, but for no real business purpose, but for the purpose of just funneling money from one account to another account to another account. And he's identified 9 family members of the Bidens that have benefited financially, including grandchildren. I'd like to know what they did for that money, or how they earned their part. But so it seems that between the whistleblower testimony from the IRS, the 1023 form, which I want to get into detail with you in a second, that we're now getting a much more objective picture of just the extent that the Biden family was making millions and millions and millions of dollars from all these foreign countries, many of which are our top geopolitical foes like Russia, China, etc.
Yeah, so here's why I still think it resolves. It may not resolve us to these other issues, but I think for the years 2014 through 2019, as it relates to taxes, drugs, and guns, this case is going to be resolved. Now, as it relates to foreign agent registration, and that may be a different story, and maybe they don't come to an agreement on that. But remember, a sitting president can't be indicted, so they can't indict Joe Biden for any of this. We argued that for President Trump successfully, that he could not be prosecuted as well while in office. The president's son's in a different category. He is not the chief executive. He is not the president, so he can't be prosecuted. So the question is, you know what, so, Sean, here's what I think, though. I think this is all being done, and when it does resolve, it's going to give, when the U.S. attorney, Weiss, is on the stand or testifying before Congress, and they say, is this an ongoing investigation? He's going to be able to say yes.
And at that point, that would mean, would that kill the plea deal? Because Weiss is now expected, apparently he's gotten the sign-off from the DOJ to testify before Congress in September. And there had been all sorts of questions about whether his office, John Solomon reported that Weiss's office had signed off on felony charges to be brought against Hunter, and yet he didn't go with those charges, which would be highly unusual.
Yeah, Weiss says he did not. That he did not seek anything he didn't get. There's a lot. He's going to have to answer that question because there was reports that he wanted to bring charges in the District of Columbia, which you would have to get the permission of the U.S. attorney there or the main justice. Same thing in California, but he didn't. So we'll find out what he says. Here's the real scoop on that. All these hearings, they're good. They're helpful. That kind of sheds a light on this. This may result in impeachment. Who knows? At least an impeachment proceeding before the House of Representatives. The question becomes, does Hunter's lawyers still engage in this plea? And I think they probably do. And the government probably says, we're going to carve out, we're not including FARA violations or things like that, which we will be able to say are still being reviewed. Does it mean it goes anywhere? No. But it should say it's still open.
Well, we got to now go back and look at the IRS whistleblower testimony on Agent Ziegler or Gary Shapley and the things that they were telling us. For example, as part of their investigation, they wanted to talk to Biden family members, including Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, etc., and that people at the top prevented them from doing their job.
But to be fair, that's the same thing people accuse me of doing when I would not let President Trump sit down with Bob Mueller.
Okay, separate and apart. That doesn't mean the rest of the family members can't be interviewed. Yep. And IRS whistleblower, for example, Joseph Ziegler, the Democrat, said there's a mountain of evidence that Hunter Biden committed serious felonies. And then they take it a step further, is that they had an opportunity to extend the statute of limitations. David Weiss did, and they didn't do it, and they let the statute of limitations on tax charges pass when they had the ability to extend it. I can't think of a single American that would get that accommodation. Can you?
100% you would not. And that I think is...
Notice he said you would not, meaning Hannity gets no good special treatment ever.
No one will. I mean, at that level, let's be honest. I mean, who lets a statute of limitations? I mean, when it happens because the government made a mistake, not because they did it intentionally.
All right, now let's go to the 1023 form, and you and I talked about this both privately, and I know you've talked about it on your radio show, and this is interesting because on this form, first of all, we're dealing with an FBI informant that was extremely credible, praised by the FBI, and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by the FBI, and the FBI even went as far as to say, because of this guy's great work, that they were able to get successful prosecutions. Anyway, he's meeting with the head of Burisma, the oil and gas giant CEO, and he's writing down the notes that he took about how the CEO was bragging that they hired Hunter Biden to protect us through his dad, and that they weren't worried at all that Hunter will take care of all these issues through his dad. They were angry that he said I had to pay $5 million to pay one Biden, $5 million to pay another Biden. It'll take him 10 years to ever track that money down. He stated that he didn't want to pay them. He was, quote, pushed to pay them. Thought that Hunter was stupid. He said it over and over again, and that his dog was smarter than Hunter Biden, but everything will be okay because Joe is going to be the one handling it. Then you have the WhatsApp messages with China, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, that to me is pretty damning evidence, Jay Sekulow, that in fact, he's basically describing the then Vice President of the United States taking specific actions when he leveraged the $1 billion that he bragged about to get this prosecutor investigating Burisma and his son Hunter, off the hook by firing him in 6 hours, and Hunter continued to get paid as a result.